Hello, welcome to that Double D team. I'm D, and this is my top 10 list for my favourite comedy films. Been doing a lot of top 10 videos recently, obviously throughout Christmas and the New Year. Hope you've been liking them, watching them, commenting, let us know what you think, what your top 10s are. JD's done his, Digga's done his. It's not a competition, but we obviously think each of our top 10s are the best. But no matter what, please go check out any of the films on these lists that you've not seen, especially if you feel you relate to any of our sense of humour's personalities lists in previous videos and so forth. Before I start my top 10 list, a couple of honourable mentions. Anything with Will Ferrell. So Old School, DIGA, Step Brothers, Blades of Glory, Daddy's Home, Other Guys. Very, very funny. Will's a ledge, part of the frat pack from the early 2000s, where them films were coming out every month and they were just jokes. Really, really funny. I think a few years later it was all Steph Rogen had films, then it was Steve Carell. Yeah, at the moment now it's just Kevin Hart just everywhere. Anywho, 21 Jump Street, Life, The Hangovers and Role Models, all honourable mentions as well for me. Plus, from early on in my childhood, Carry On films. Yeah, I've seen so many of them, used to watch them because obviously I didn't have Sky. It was terrestrial TV for me, and BBC One, Carry On films, Sid James, Barbara Windsor. Funny. Not hilarious, and some people, for each their own, some taste, some not. But I thoroughly enjoyed them and wanted to give them an honourable mention and a shout out on my list. Now, into the top 10. I'll kick it off with How High, directed by Jesse Dillon, starring Method Man, Redman, Mike Epps, Fred Willard and Lark Voorhees, who was Lisa Turtle in Saved by the Bell. This film was hilarious. I caught so much joke on repeated viewings of this, solo and just chilling with the lads, especially if you've been having a nice little session and that, then used to throw this on as a DVD in the background, and it was just apt for the time and so funny, so much joke. If any of you have seen it before, you know what I mean. If you haven't, and you like a little blaze up now and again, or you're just fans of Method and Red, check this film out. Jokes. Number 9, I'm going to move on to Coming to America, directed by John Landis, starring Eddie Murphy, Arsenio Hall, James Earl Jones, Shari Headley and Samuel L. Jackson. Like Samuel L? Yeah, he does the robbery, doesn't he, in the store? He gets his ass knocked out. Eddie Murphy as well, credit to him. This is one of the first few actors who played multiple roles in a film, especially the barbershop scene. Oh, so funny. The amount of imitations of that scene alone that's happened is countless. One of my favourite though, I think, was the Action Bronson Chance the Rapper collaboration for their song a few years back. Funny. Go check it out. Music video is pretty much based on Coming to America. I recommend you go see that, especially if you're a fan of Bronson or Channel. It's worth a listen. Bit more commercial and radio play than their usual stuff, but still fun track. But yeah, Coming to America, the idea of a African prince coming over to America and queens in America to find his queen seems okay. He gets there, obviously new environment, new adaptation, all his stuff just gets robbed from the street straight away. He don't want to use his wealth and his money, much to his friend's chagrin. So Arsenio's like, oh come on man, we've got to do more than this. Come on, let's go to the Plaza and the Four Seasons and the Hilton. And it's like, no, we'll get ourselves a little job mopping up at McDowell's. McDowell's? Yeah. Not McDonald's. No. Totally different. The Jerry curl. Ooh. Oh, so fun. I'm just thinking back now, man. I need to go rewatch that again soon. But it also had a bit of heart as well, because obviously you were rooting for Akeem, Eddie Murphy's character, throughout the whole film, as if you wanted him to find his love, and he did. But she was with like the wrong guy. Then eventually she falls for him, but then she finds out he's a prince and he's been lying to her. And he's like, "Oh, I'll give everything up just to be with you. I came here to find my queen. You're my queen. I wanted you. I didn't lie. I just didn't tell." And yeah, then in the end, it works out, happy ending. Like, nah. It was a fun film, really funny. And as we have a lot of films on my list as well, man, if it's funny and there's heart in it, like there's a bromance, or these you're rooting for a guy maybe to get the girl or to get the win or to become the man he's supposed to, stuff like that appeals. So if you have a both and a nice blend, then it's a film I'm gonna like. And Coming to America had that in buckets, so my number 9. 8, I've gone for Next Friday, aka Friday 2. Written and produced by Ice Cube and directed by Steve Carr, starring Ice Cube, Mike Epps, Tommy Lister, who obviously you know as Debo. You had Pinky, aka Clifton Powell, and Jacob Vargas as Joker. I don't like love those homes. Yeah. I do need to rewatch this again because it's not fresh. However, I want to watch the trilogy because obviously I like to complete stuff. I don't want to just watch a film out of order in a trilogy. But for me, from what I remember, 2 was my favourite of the 3. I liked 1, but I got onto 1 late. So I got onto watching 1 before, just around, say like a year before 2 came out, because of the hype. Like, oh yeah, I've heard of Friday, but never got around to watching it. Watched it, thought this is a joke. Then I seen 2, I thought, yo, this is the next level joke. And you have to wait a while for 3, and I watched that, and I think Cat Williams stole the film, but from what I remember, I don't think it had a succinct enough story or cohesiveness about it as 2 did. So I think 2, yeah, from what I remember. And 2, Pinky, Joker, Debo, and the collaboration between Mike Epps and Ice Cube as Dede and Craig, hilarious, man. Then you introduce these pops as well, man. You can't even spell for Sachi. Sachi. Funny, hilarious, joke. Hoping for a number 4. Is it Last Friday or The Last Friday? Which will make 4 Fridays, which technically will fill up a month, and you can call that a franchise done and done. So gonna keep my ears out for that. Hopefully the trailer drops, me and Diggs will be dropping our reviews ASAP. Moving on to number 7, a sleeper that I totally forgot about until I was actually fine-tuning my top 10 list, and I only actually remembered it today. And because I only remembered it today, you're thinking, oh, why does it deserve such a high place in your list? Trust me, it was just one of them films that I didn't actually realise it was. I forgot to label it as a comedy because it's such a good film. And obviously it started a career for quite a few actors and comedies. But yeah, number 7, Superbad. McLovin. This awesome. Produced by Judd Apatow, written obviously by Seth Rogen and Evan Goldberg, because it's the characters Seth and Evan are based on them in their real life. They wrote this when they were like kids in high school, college. They were just waiting for to have a break for someone to direct it for him. And obviously when they met Judd liked it. I think it was through Freaks and Geeks, because obviously Seth, Judd, yeah, all the young comedic actors at that time were getting roles, trying to get on Freaks and Geeks, and obviously when that got cancelled, they made a new show. Obviously Jonah hooked up with Judd, gave him the script. It's like, you know what, I'll do this film for you. It's like, really? It's like, yeah, man, just need to get someone cast because you can't play it no more. And yeah, man, so yeah, Seth and Evan hooked it up. So it stars Jonah Hill, Michael Cera, Christopher Mintz-Plasse, Emma Stone, Seth Rogen, and Bill Hader. And this film was so fun, good, amazing, awesome, apt for the time, like here and now, because obviously I think, was it 2007? It dropped. Obviously, I think my education finished, but it's still fresh in my memory. I still had that youthful mentality, and yeah, it hit. Kids, bam, high school, before they leave for college, because they might not be going to the same college, but they're planning to go to the same college. Obviously, boys from day dot, day ones, but obviously everyone's got going somewhere else because obviously Seth didn't get the grades, so they will be splitting up. But then we discussed that. So they just want to go party. They want to bang lose their virginity before they go to college to these two chicks in the class. So they say, yo, it's a party. We'll go to a party. We'll get you the liquor. As you do, and it like, yo, I'll hook you up, man. I'll get you some liquor. Yeah, man. Not necessarily just to get them drunk, or not, is it? But that's also one like, I've done you a favour. So I've been a nice guy, or I've done you something nice. So you, yeah, not that's going to be reciprocated, but obviously you're earning brownie points by doing that. Then later on, if she's inebriated a little, and then she remembers them brownie points, if she thinks she's cute, then you might be in. So high school, college, man, y'all remember this, man. Just think back to what the shenanigans used to get up to: liquor, drugs, girls, parks, houses, parties, clubs. Yeah. So they obviously they go get some liquor, McLovin, fake ID. We didn't have to deal with too much of that in the UK. But yeah, I understand it's a big deal in America. And he gets it, no name, just one, no surname, just McLovin. Yeah, he said you're not 21, he said you're 23. Yeah, you know how many 21-year-olds rock up to a liquor store every day? Come on, think about it, man. But Lovin was joking this. Apparently on set as well, him and Jonah just did not like each other. I think in the casting as well, Jonah was like, nah, not this guy, man. Not him, I can't stand him. And because Jonah couldn't stand him, they liked that chemistry so much, they cast McLovin based off that, just to get Jonah wound up. And it played out on camera brilliantly anyway as well, man. Then Emma Stone, breakout role for her as well, and for Jonah, Michael Cera as well, with it, where he nails his Michael Cera-ness, where he's very, very timid. He's got right morals, he wants to do the right thing, but maybe he's scared to do it, he don't have the balls to do it, but yeah, in the end it somehow might work out for him, you kind of want to root for him. Yeah, that's could nail every type of Michael Cera film role he's ever done, pretty much. But I still kind of like the guy, man. Yeah. I mean, you've seen my other top 10 list, I'm hoping, and I mentioned Michael Cera because he pops up in Scott Pilgrim versus the World, and he's very good in that. I think, what's the one I'm trying to think of as well, man, where he plays like an assassin? Oh no, that's Eisenberg. I'm getting my War Turtles, Blastoise and Squirtles mixed up again. Yeah, that was my number 7, Superbad. Number 6, American Pie 2. This was directed by James B. Rogers, starring Jason Biggs, Shannon Elizabeth, Alison Hannigan, Thomas Ian Nichols, Chris Klein, Eddie K. Thomas, Sean William Scott, Mina Savary, Tara Reid, Eugene Levy, and Natasha Lyonne, plus John Cho. Yeah, MILF. I think this is where that phrase was coined as well, man. So that put that self making history. It also, I'd seen Alison Hannigan before from Buffy, and obviously Sean William Scott got his breakout role in American Pie and went on to do a lot of comedies since then, as long with one of my honourable mentions, Role Models, and Goon, which I recently watched, pretty funny. And American Pie, I didn't know which one to choose. I've recently actually rewatched all 4. I watched them out of order though. I watched 3, 4, 1, 2. Madly. Caught them on Sky. And yeah, a lot of people like 1 and 2. Don't seem to think 3 and 4 match up, but I think they're both doubles. 1 and 2 were both around the same time period. 3 and 4 were around the same time period. So watching them in double sets, I think, makes it a better cohesiveness for a quadrilogy. The Bandcamps I've partially seen, but dismissed them from what is canon. So they're the 4 films only. I've chosen American Pie 2 in my list, but for me, I'm putting it in based on its franchise, all 4 of them. But number 2 probably had the best highlights. The masturbation with the lube, when he gets it mixed up with the super glue, you got to climb out on the roof. Oh, it's apt. I'm wearing the MJ t-shirt as well, just for that moment. And he then I mean, one of the best moments in American Pie 2 was the lesbians. Oh my god, I'm touching his breast, I'm touching his ass, I'm touching his ass. The little kids in the Walkmans, yeah, they're broke. He's it. Oh, I'm touching Cara on her breast. I can fix these. I can fix these. Honey, food's ready. I'm not hungry. I know what to do. I'm gonna take one for the team. Stifler, man. No way, no way. Okay, now you kiss him. What? Touch him on his ass. Yeah. You two wank him off. Like, oh, those moments are awesome. And obviously you have the end up, your big party moment at the end where all of them team up and you finally get to realize what it's all about. They get the moment with a woman, whether it's sex or just meeting back up with them, or having that moment where they realize either not meant to be together or they are, etc. You know, typical formula, but I like that it didn't stray too much from the formula of number one, because number one worked and it was a classic. But number two, I think, just hit the spots more, and it gave each of them maybe a bit more to do, especially the sub characters, and made Stifler a star, an absolute star. Yeah, American Pie number 2, my number 6. Now, the top 5, just re-looking at my list, and very, very fucking happy with this top 5. I worked on the other 5 for a while, readjusted them, and originally had films such as Role Models and Life in my top 10, and Step Brothers. But upon a couple of rewatches and then rejigging my list and remembering a few films, they got rejigged, but none of my top 5 ever changed. And you'll see why, because they are classics. And at number 5, 40-Year-Old Virgin, written, directed, produced by Judd Apatow, starring Steve Carell, Catherine Keener, Paul Rudd, Romani Malco, Elizabeth Banks, Seth Rogen, Leslie Mann, Jane Lynch, with cameos from Kat Dennings, Mindy Kaling and Jonah Hill. Now Jonah only pops up in the shop trying to buy some space age boots with, I think, fish in the bottom, but yeah, it's still a cameo. And this film, I want to stop saying epic and classic, but every one of these films are just absolutely hilarious and amazing. And the story from Steve Carell in this one, playing Andy as 40-year-old virgin stock boss, just collecting collectible action figures, painting, getting his game on and stuff like that, to then meet some friends, some bros, you know, like Seth and Paul Rudd. Then they bring him out his shell of a bit, to get him to maybe ask out a girl, you know, take that risk, blah, blah, how to flirt, how to date, how to, you know, get back in the thing, give him a wax, looks like a happy face. Then he cracks onto the girl, he gets promoted at work, he starts selling some of his toys, picking up his own business, and yeah, as I said, heart, such emotion in the film, and you're rooting for that, you know, that nerd, that geek, that outsider, the one you want to reach his potential and, you know, get the girl in the end. Hit all key points for me. Plus, hilarious. I forgot to mention cameo from Kevin Hart. Really, really funny, man. And Steve Carell, obviously, you'd seen him in other stuff, but to lead this film, obviously the supporting cast helped him. Paul Rudd, Seth Rogen, Jane Lynch, Leslie Mann. You got some stalwarts there, but he carried this film and did not let the ball drop once. Amazing delivery, great performance, brilliant character, amazing film. 40-Year-Old Virgin, go watch it. You've already seen it, go watch it again, get some joke. Get me. My number 5. Number 4, I Love You Man, produced and directed by John Hamburg, starring Paul Rudd, Jason Segel, Marshall from How I Met Your Mother, Rashida Jones from Everything, Freaks and Geeks, Community, Andy Samberg, you know, Squirtle, Water or Blastoise. You know the drill already, man. Come on. J.K. Simmons, Jon Favreau. Yeah, you know, Happy Hogan. Yeah, directed Iron Man 1, directed Jungle Book. Oh, you didn't know that? Yes, guys are done. Trust me. And Jamie Presley. I think Jamie Presley, who's it? My name is Earl. Yeah. I Love You Man. I love this film. I can watch this whenever. If this is on any time of the day, any day of the week, any week of the month, any month of the year, if I catch this on, I'm stopping what I'm doing. I'm watching that till the end. And with Sky Plus as well, if you catch it midway, you can usually press start from beginning. So yeah, you can rewatch it all. Awesome film. I mean, I like Jason Segel anyway as Marshall from How I Met Your Mother, and he kind of brings his character over into this film. And then Paul Rudd, guy has been timeless and not aged a day since Clueless. Awesome. Obviously, I liked him from Friends when he came Phoebe's boyfriend, because you know that's my show. But yeah, Paul Rudd, his performance, his bromance with Jason Segel. Because anyone out there has got male friends, you know that you boys are tight. Yeah, man. And there's a bromance. Then obviously there's your romance with your females, but your bromance as well, man. You've got a group of boys. When you might have a couple, maybe a handful, 1, 2 that boys are tight, man. And spending time with them is really good, really awesome. Or maybe trying to get friends, and yeah. And this film just captures it in like an hour 40. Brilliant, man. I mean, obviously Paul Rudd struggles to make friends. Jason Segel's kind of a loner. All his original male friends that he used to be tight with have gone on to have new lives and boyfriends, girlfriends, marriages, babies, etc. And he's been not left behind, but yeah, he still wants to keep doing what he's doing. He still wants to have fun. He still wants to hang out, and he feels that should still happen. But all his brother boys can't really do that. Or if they do, it's like maybe once in a blue moon. Then they got to get back to the norm. So when Jason Segel's character meets Paul Rudd, and Paul's looking for a mate, and then they finally meet randomly at some open house. Then they get together and they go on, like, not a date, but you know, they go out for a meal, get to know each other, realise they like each other, and then they start hanging out. It takes them to the man cave. Everyone's got a man cave, just like everyone's got a man drawer. Now, some people's man caves are the house. Some people's man caves might be a room in the house. Some people's man caves may be the bedroom. But everyone's got a man cave somewhere. And in that man cave, you'll most likely have your man drawer with everything randomly all sorted in it. Yes, men. Where was I? Yeah, I Love You Man. Their relationship together. Slapping the bass. So good, man. And obviously, but yeah, a bit of music in this film as well, man. I don't mind a little sing along when I'm watching a film. But their relationship, emotion, and chemistry on screen together emitted through the screen, man. You felt it so much, man, and you're rooting for both of them. You wanted them to work out. You felt their friendship. You're like, yo, that's awesome. I've got a friendship like that myself. Or if you haven't, and you're like, oh, I wish I could have a friendship like that. Yeah. Film is so good. Yeah, I'm not quoting Destiny's Child, don't worry about that. So good. Yeah, you know. Moving on, number 3, Dumb and Dumber. Written, directed by Peter Farrelly, part of the Farrelly brothers, as you know, starring Jim Carrey, Jeff Daniels, Lauren Holly. Now, Jeff Daniels actually was he was the only one of many that actually took this role. It was offered to a lot of actors, but they felt a lot of serious actors, because they wanted a serious, you know, renowned, proper actor alongside a comedian in this role, you know, to bounce off of. And they felt it'd be kind of weird to see a renowned, straight thespian, you know, come up against, you know, a slapstick comedian. Yeah, so like trying to get like Patrick Stewart into as a serious actor into a comedy film and get him to play like a straight man in a comedy role, something like that. And yeah, everyone turned it down because he thought it was going to be detrimental to my career, man. Yeah, because if it flopped and unfucked and wanted to get any more serious roles, etc. But Jeff Daniels took the role and nailed it. I don't think he gets enough credit as he deserves, because obviously Jim Carrey steals the show, and he does that anyway with his personality and character, which he just admits. But his performance as Lloyd was great, man. But yeah, don't forget about Harry, man. Harry, Jeff Daniels delivered it spot on for what was needed, and because of that, it accentuated Carey's performance. And this was one of my earliest memories of a comedy film, and Jim Carrey in my childhood was the man. Ace Ventura, honourable mention, should have been on here as well. The Mask, that was an honourable mention on my superhero comic book films list. And obviously Cable Guy and Dumb and Dumber. They were the Dons early 90s. Like, yo, Jim Carrey was just knocking out the park, man, hit after hit after hit. And for me, this was probably the favourite. Quotables at the time, it was probably Ace Ventura. Alrighty then. Yeah, bung ho. Yeah. I had so many from that, man. I was quoting that in school, constant. Primary, maybe last year, 5, 6. But Dumb and Dumber, I thought, just had so much joke, man. It was a simple story, innit? Limo driver falls love in first sight with some woman. She drops a bag at the airport terminal. He sees it. He thinks, oh, this will be ideal, innit? Romantic story come to life. I find her briefcase, bring it back to her. We fall in love, happily ever after. Wedding, kids, marriage, etc. But she's leaving it there for a drop off for a ransom for her husband. He didn't know. He comes there, sees it in, picks it up, gives it her. On his way to try and find her, forgets her name. It's like Swansonite, yeah, looks her up. But on his way to get there, he opens the briefcase, finds like stuff in money. He's like, yeah, I'll have to use some of this. Bare IOUs. Starts splurging. Just with money on his nose, buying them suits, them blue and orange suits, which have been classic. You ever see anyone doing fancy dress or stuff like that, you know who they are doing straight away. Your very exuberantly bright orange sherbet suits and your sky electric blue suits with top hats and canes. I wonder who you could be. Lloyd? Harry? Yes. Awesome. Mark? Yeah. Ing? Yeah. Mark? Yeah. Ing? Yeah. Mark and Bert don't ever see. So much joke I was catching in this film, man. Putting the pills in his burger, calling him the gas man. Yeah, tag you're it. Yeah. Wait, you realise what you just did? Chase back after the van. Stop. My idiot friend there didn't realise what he was saying. Yeah. No. You want to go that way? Oh no, man. Are you going to give up like 12 months on tour, sunbathing, or putting lotion on like, was it beach volleyball players or bikini models? Like, oh, Lloyd. Yeah. Pretty bird. Wow. Yeah. I mean, Jim Carrey's the man, but yeah, I do love Dumb and Dumber. Such an amazing comedic film. That's my number 3. Number 2. Getting into them heady heights right now, and that is Don't Be a Menace in South Central whilst drinking your juice in the hood, aka Don't Be a Menace. Produced by Keenan Ivory Wayans, written by Marlon and Sean Wayans. Starring Sean, Marlon and Keenan and Ivory Wayans, and Vivica Fox, plus Bernie Mac. I hate black keys on the piano. Yeah, in my gums, because they black. Hey, Oprah Winfrey's black ass. Most of all, I hate the black ass Wesley Snipes. Now, I'm not being racist, people. I am quoting from the film. For anyone who's not seen that film, do not come at me, yeah? Don't Be a Menace, classic. I'm pretty sure it's on both Diggers and JD's list, which I'm pretty sure it is because I was there when they recorded it. But yeah, I'm not going to go too deep into that because I think all the quotes from that film were done from Digger and JD in their films. But the highlights were obviously logged up. I'll just wear these then, pulling out his pink slippers. Should I wear the Mac 10 with the high tops? Or should I wear these Uzis with a 3 stripe? Yeah, I don't know. I'll just wear these then. Yeah. Dummy, zoot, keys, roach paper, all in his hair. Amazing. Do we have a problem? Huh? Yeah, stomping him out, just made him flat. He pops up in the car next time, some flat little body with the face. Hey, you got to, hey, you got to, oh, you got to get out the way, get out the way. I said, when they jump him in with a skipping rope, you think it's about to be a beat down. Ashtray. Yeah, what's your name? Cigarette? Yeah, the Shiki. All the kids just swinging, 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 swinging. What you doing? I'm trying to go for best male actor in a black entertainment film role. Yeah. Funny film, man. Yeah. Early 90s, so anyone who's not seen this film and wants to be hipsterish or wants to go back and do their retro 90s little phase like you do with everyone rocking red and black lumberjacks nowadays and getting into Biggie, Don't Be a Menace needs to be on your list. It is a classic, and for me personally, it's the best Wayne's film I've seen. Some of the others are funny, couple I like but aren't great, and White Chicks is just racist. I said it. Yeah, man. Imagine I did a film called Black Chicks. You had two white guys dressed up as black women in film and started doing all the stereotypes of black people. Imagine. Anywho, Don't Be a Menace, my number 2. Message! Number 1. And this is a breaking story, just come in, so I will have to go to the news desk, to my anchorman, Ron Burgundy. As you can tell, my number 1 anchorman, the legend of Ron Burgundy. Number 1, not 1.5, not number 2, number 1. Written by Adam McKay and Will Ferrell. Directed by Adam McKay, who not only does comedies, he went on to do a few serious films as well, man. Go check out The Big Short. He went and even got his comedian cohort, Steve Carell, to go and star in that as well. Produced by Judd Apatow, starring Will Ferrell, Christina Applegate, Paul Rudd, Steve Carell, David Koechner. Cameos or co-starring plus Vince Vaughn, Catherine Hahn, Jack Black, Luke Wilson, Ben Stiller, Seth Rogen. Classic. The top 3 at certain times can interchange, but these are my 3 favourite comedies of all time. I Love You Man and 40-Year-Old Virgin are probably my 2 favourite films with heart, comedy films with heart. So they make the list. Very happy with my top 5. Anchorman is just classic. You know how many quotables are in that film? And I'm not even talking about the as well, because I've seen it so many times. You get joke from the ones people don't even clock, or the nuances. Like people get joke of I am lamb, you get me? Or get joke from when he's like, yeah, San Diego means a whale's vagina. Yeah, but for me, stuff like I have a lot of leather-bound books, or milk was a bad choice. I'm in a glass case of my emotion. Get me out alive. The Batman booty bastard into the sea. What? Well, like, Ron, we can't make out what you're saying. What? The Batman. So much joke, man. His little indication with Jack Black on the bridge. He just boots Baxter away, punts Baxter into the sea. That's joke, man. His little altercation, obviously, and romance with Christina Applegate, who plays Veronica Corningstone, female up-and-coming news anchor. Obviously loosely based on true stories as well, isn't it? I think it's is it Diane Sawyer and the other guy from America? I'm not too up because obviously I'm UK based, but I believe it is based on them. And the whiskey, the scotch, Sex Panther, 100% of the time, what is it? It works 60% of the time. Paul Rudd with the bars, Steve Carell as Brick. I love that. Brick, did you just throw a grenade? I stabbed the man with a trident. Yeah, that escalated very quickly. Like Channel 5 news team, when they start, beefing with all the other news teams in the park or in the field, and this is where you get your cameos from like Luke Wilson, Ben Stiller, Vince Vaughn. So good, man. So good. And upon watching it recently as well, I didn't even realise Catherine Hahn was in the film. I've seen her many a time as like Veronica's best mate, But yeah, she's like a comedic legend as well, man. Like a TV show, she pops up in Parks and Rec. So yeah, I had to give her a name, a shout out and a mention. Especially Jack Black. People know Jack Black, but I've been watching Jumanji 2 recently. His performance as a 18 or teenage female in that film was so laudable, man. Amazing from you, Jack. But getting back to it, as I mentioned earlier on with my initial shout outs, anything with Will Ferrell, and that mainly stemmed because of Anchorman, because of Ron Burgundy, because of the outtakes. I'm going to shoot you in the back with a BB gun in your head, and I'm going to hit you right in the baby maker. Yeah. La la la. The president today was held at gunpoint. So, I'm pretty sure everyone, if you like comedy, has seen Anchorman. Whether you like it or not, maybe up to your own personal preference. But if you say you're a comedic connoisseur, or you like comedy films, or that's your favourite genre, you have seen Anchorman. If you haven't, stop saying that phrase. Go watch the film, crack some joke, because it is hilarious. Number 2 is good as well, and there's even a 1.5 with a lot of extra additional director's cut from 1, which ain't bad, but you don't need to see it. It's not bad if you don't mind. It's like basically the film without the outtakes, so it's decent. But Anchorman 1, the original, Ron Burgundy, the legend, the classic, my number 1 of my top 10 comedy films favourites all time. This may change if I see some other films, and most recently, let me give a shout out to Tag and Game Night. Use for fun. Date night's not bad as well. But when it comes to it, I had to put in some legends, some classics, and my favourites. That was my top 10. Hope you liked it. Let me know what you think. Like, comment, subscribe, share. Hit us up in the comment section below, or on Facebook, on Twitter. Shout myself, shout DIGA, shout JD Virtue on this YouTube channel as well. But also don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe to that double D team. D and DIGA. Shameless villains. For now though, I'm going to leave you with my top 10. Go check out all the other videos on the channel list as well. More top 10s to come, hopefully throughout the month. Until next time, peace.